Hello again. Thank you to those of you who tried to join us live earlier. We had some technical difficulties, so we're going to do this recorded and see if I can get some training done instead of just showing y'all the mess that is my desk. I really do appreciate y'all taking time out of your night tonight to try to get us live. We just had issues with the streaming. Couldn't make it work. So you get a recorded training, which will be good because there's some people on that aren't on Facebook that I can share it with as well. So we took care of the door prize in the live version of this attempt, and so we're going to skip over that, but I want to jump right into the training. If you did see the last attempt at our live, you saw how many screens I've got, so please bear with me as I switch screens and change slides because there might be some pauses. I'll try to fill in with some funny commentary. My story with doTERRA. I joined doTERRA in 2015, and the main reason that I joined is because I became educated on what synthetics we were putting into our bodies. Whether it's foods or pills that we're taking for runny noses and headaches and muscle pains and things like that. I just didn't realize how bad synthetics are for our bodies and how they honestly get into your gut and can just really mess things up for you. And so that was the reason that I looked into essential oils. My friend Myra introduced me to them, and once you have an oil experience, it's hard not to share it. That is why I do doTERRA. I can't hold this to myself. It needs to be shared with everyone that I care about, and even people that I don't know. I'm actually teaching a class tomorrow, which will be mostly strangers, and I want to tell people about them because they're a wonderful alternative for natural solutions around your home and in your body. doTERRA are certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. What does that mean? That's doTERRA's trademarked grade for their essential oils because there is no governing body that will give you a ranking of your oils. So they knew that all the other essential oil companies do this because they've been at other oil companies, and they decided we want to raise the bar and we want to do everything at a higher level. One of the things that they do differently is that they not only test their oils internally, but they have a third-party tester that tests the oils. And the testing is basically to prove that there's no synthetics, that the oil does have the chemical compounds that it's supposed to have. And part of why the chemical compounds in doTERRA are superior is because of where they're sourced. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to the next page while I talk about co-impact sourcing. doTERRA sources the plants that they use for the oils from their native land. So sandalwood came originally from India, so that's where they source their sandalwood. They also have a sandalwood from Hawaii because there is Hawaiian sandalwood, and they have almost identical chemical compositions. But the soil in that area, the climate in that area, the altitude in that area, all of those things add to why doTERRA uses that source. But more importantly than that is the co-impact sourcing that I mentioned. doTERRA isn't just using these countries for the product that they provide. They are giving back to these countries. So a lot of these are third world countries. They will dig water wells for the country or for the community that's planting these plants and distilling these plants. One of the best stories that I love to tell is in Nepal when there was an earthquake in 2015. We use Nepal now we use it for spikenard, but at the time I believe it was wintergreen that we were getting from Nepal. And after the earthquake, doTERRA joined up with another organization to help build earthquake-proof schools. These are just some of the things that doTERRA is doing in these communities. They're infusing income into these communities that don't have another way to have that economy, and it just makes me feel really good that this company cares about the world and what they're doing. It's a feel good thing. So So that's why doTERRA. This is the wellness lifestyle pyramid. It's fairly self-explanatory. I think we all kind of know that you kind of have to look at your whole lifestyle to determine, your wellness. But the point of this slide is actually to talk about that oils work best when you are focusing on all of these different aspects. And not only that, but oils can help you in these aspects. Obviously, informed self-care and proactive medical care. Informed self-care, that's you using what you can before you have to go to the doctor. So whether it's over-the-counter drugs or you're using oils to take care of things before you actually have, an infection come in or something like that. But more importantly, in these lower areas in the wellness pyramid, eat right. Well, doTERRA has products that help you do that. They have supplements. They actually have protein shake, which if I had my closet door open behind me, you'd see some of these products that I have. They have protein shakes. They have some items that help decrease your appetite. There's certain oils as well as some supplements. Exercise for after exercise. There's oils to help with that muscle fatigue. Rest and manage stress. That's probably the most obvious one because I think when people think about aromatherapy, they think emotions more than the physical side of things. So helping rest, lavender, as well as some of our other grounding tree blends or tree oils. Those are really good for sleep and managing stress. There's a very large amount of oils that can help you manage stress. I'm actually teaching a separate class on stress tomorrow, like I said, with those strangers. Reduce toxic load. There's actually a regimen that doTERRA has for a detox and cleanse, which I'm going to be focusing more on in January, so you'll hear more about that at some point. Okay, so now it's time to switch screens on ya. I'm going to go here. All right, so this is my doTERRA website, and it has an Essential Oils 101 course kind of thing that if you want to study it yourself, but I'm going to take you through it. And when we talk about what are essential oils, I'm actually going to let y'all watch a video on that because it does better than I do.
Volatile aromatic compounds, tiny organic molecules that serve a variety of protective, reproductive, and regenerative purposes. These compounds help ward off unfriendly pests, attract friendly herbivores and insects, and even help the plant heal from infection and physical injury. There are over 3,000 identified varieties of aromatic compounds, each with its own unique and functional chemical constituents that provide different aromas and benefits to the plants. From the petals of a flower, to the leaves of a plant, the rind of a fruit, or the resin of a tree, these volatile aromatic compounds are all around us. Distilled directly from their plant sources, essential oils are multifaceted agents that have seemingly endless applications to our health and can be used aromatically, topically, or internally. Ensuring the maximum potency and beneficial properties of an essential oil are the result of maintaining the delicate ratio of aromatic constituents found in that essential oil, all of which can vary depending on the time of day or part of the plant which is harvested, time of year or life cycle when harvested, the geographic location, and whether where the plant was grown, or the method and even the duration of distillation. For that reason, it is vital that essential oils come from a trusted source committed to not only producing unadulterated essential oils, but to adhering to the strictest production protocols. There are no wasted efforts in nature. Neither should there be in the health care you provide for yourself and those you love.
So essential oils are aromatic compounds. So they evaporate quickly. They're almost, they're oils, but they almost have an alcohol type consistency. Like they evaporate quickly. So we're going to talk about how to use essential oils, and one of the ways is topically. We're going to talk about how to make sure that they don't evaporate. So I showed y'all in one of my earlier fun little videos that I did when I was struggling technically, my diffuser. Aromatic. The best way to use oils aromatically is in a diffuser, which I don't have my phone, so I can't show y'all. The other way is in your hands. So I can put a drop. This is jasmine, which is one of my oils in my diffuser right now. It's a special oil. You can't buy it. It's my special oil. Rub it on your hands, and then take a deep breath. So that's going into your nose to that olfactory bulb, which is connected to the brain, also getting into your bloodstream. Another way aromatically to get the oils is a personal inhaler. I don't have mine here, but those are those little skinny little things that you can put the oils in and then put a cap on so that you can take it with you. You can smell it right out of the bottle. It's just not as impactful. Why would you use it aromatically? You'd use it aromatically for respiratory issues, because that makes sense, right? It's going into the respiratory system, as well as emotional issues because of that connection with the brain. So I would say aromatically is probably the most common way to use oils. Topically, why would you use topically? If you think about the area of the issue, so stomach, you put oils on the stomach area. There's other ways to do for the stomach too, but you can put it on the stomach. You have pain in your knee, put the oil on your knee. You have a sore on your face, you put it on your face. So topically, that's pretty self-explanatory. I mentioned earlier that they do evaporate. So we use fractionated coconut oil to dilute. It's a carrier oil. So this keeps that oil from evaporating as quickly. And topically, just like aromatically, it gets into your bloodstream. Like within 30 seconds, it's into your bloodstream. Anything that you put on your skin gets into your bloodstream. That means the synthetics that are in some of the lotions out there, that means the synthetics that are in sunscreens, all that stuff is getting into your bloodstream. So topical is an excellent way to use it. Even for, if you think about where the kidneys are, where the liver is, where the uterus is. When you have uterus cramps, you put it topically over that area. And then internal use is the last way. And why would you use it internally? Gastro issues. So anything related to your gastrointestinal tract or your urogenital tract, you would use it internally. Mouth sores, you would use that internally. Any throat issues. So I use it in a gargle when I have either sores on my throat. I've had some canker sores in the back of my mouth, and I'll gargle with water and some clove oil so that I can get that oil on my throat without poking my finger down there. So that's kind of topical, but it's also internal because it is getting into your system that way as well. Okay, trying to think of what I'm forgetting on. How to use. I haven't even been looking at my notes. That's good. All right. Now we're going to go to some specific oils. And I've actually already pulled up. So if you actually go to my website, you can click on these and it'll pull up the different oils. I've already actually pulled them up so that I just have them, and I was using them earlier to check my notes and that kind of thing. Frankincense, the king of oils. This is literally the king of oils. And I heard this last week and I have to share it. When in doubt, frank it out. So frank is something that you can pretty much use for anything. It was given to baby Jesus. It was most likely the resin of the frankincense tree that was given to him because it's been used for centuries for various things. The oil is made from the resin, and it is awesome for head tension, headaches. You can put it on your thumb and put it on the roof of your mouth. If we were doing this live, I'd ask Jennifer Borgen to speak up because that was her aha moment with essential oils. So headaches. It's also an enhancer. I said when in doubt, frank it out, because frankincense enhances the effect of other oils. So when I make an oil roller bottle blend, again, don't have it handy. When I make an oil roller bottle blend, I put frank in it because it's going to enhance the other oils that are in that blend. Or if I had, it's very good for skin issues too. It's in my essential skincare system that I use every day because it's really good for skin. Emotionally, it's the oil of truth. It helps you to let go of deception, and it also helps you feel God's fatherly love, which I think is really sweet since it was given to baby Jesus. Frankincense is also the free oil if you have a 200 PV order. I don't remember if I mentioned that earlier. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but I got my free bottle of frankincense right over here today with my order this month. Lavender. You might have already used lavender before for something. You might have put it in a bathtub. It's known for its calming properties, and it's not just calming emotionally, which it is calming emotionally. It's calming physically. So if you think about a rash on your skin, it's going to calm that. An itch, any kind of itch, whether it's an insect bite or an allergy, lavender is going to help calm that. So you think of lavender, you think of calming. And speaking of allergies, it's also, we call it the LLP. It's lavender, lemon, and peppermint for seasonal allergies. And so lavender is the first oil in that. We're going to talk about lemon and peppermint as well. It's very good for respiratory function and also great for sleep. It's in our Serenity blend. It's actually, we even have Serenity gel caps that have lavender in them for helping sleep. And it is really good. The gel cap with the Serenity blend really helps with my sleep when I really need a good deep sleep. Lavender is the oil of communication. It aids with verbal expression and calming insecurities. Again, calming. When you think of lavender, think calming. So any kind of skin issue, even a sunburn, lavender is going to help with that. There's other oils that can help as well. But all right, next, lemon. So I mentioned LLP for lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Lemon is the second. It's also good for respiratory function, but it's also good for digestive function. I know quite a few doTERRA folks put a drop of oil in water to help, cleanse the insides. It's a cleansing oil. Lemon is. It's great for cleaning. It takes the stickiness off of something. If you have a sticker on a window or something, you can get that stickiness off. It is a citrus oil. You saw the video earlier. They showed the citrus rind. When you use the citrus oil, because it's from the rind of the plant and it's cold pressed, it's not steam distilled. We're not going to go into the difference there, but it's sun sensitive. So when you use lemon, don't go put it on your face and then go to the beach. It's sun sensitive, just like you wouldn't put lemon juice in your hair before you go outside unless you wanted some sun damage to your hair. So you're going to have damage to your skin if you use this citrus oil before you go out in the sun. So it's just something to be cautious about. I'm supposed to be scrolling so y'all can read this stuff instead of just showing you the description. Sorry. I'm touching on some of these points, and actually something else that I forgot to show you. I use some books whenever I'm looking up oils. These are the books that I'm using that I'm kind of referring to. And unfortunately, it's probably backwards, but it's The Essential Life, and then this Emotions and Essential Oils is an awesome book, and it's interesting to me to see the emotional and physical connection there. Those are the books that I'm using. The 9 oils, the 10 oils that we're going to talk about are actually in this kit. It's the Family Essentials kit. What I like about this kit is it actually, I don't know if you can see it, it has each oil and the the typical ways that you can use that oil. These 10 oils are also in the Home Essentials kit, which we're going to talk about later as well. But I'm sorry that I missed that part. It's because my printer wasn't working. More technical difficulties. I'm going to remember to scroll next time because I'm not starting over. I'm too far in. So that's lemon. Melaleuca, you've probably heard of tea tree oil. Well, the tree that it's actually from is called Melaleuca. And it's from the leaf of the tree, which you can see here. It's a very good disinfectant. So a skin, like a cut, when you need to, make sure all those germs are out of that cut, you can put Melaleuca on the skin to disinfect that cut. It's also great for purifying the air, putting in a diffuser if someone's sick, making sure to get rid of those germs. Emotionally, it's the oil of energetic boundaries. It helps to clear off the negative baggage. So again, disinfect. That's what I was talking about with the emotional and physical. If you can find a word to associate it with an oil, so Melaleuca, disinfect, and then you can associate that both physically and emotionally. Back to lemon, cleansing emotionally and physically. I love it whenever I can make those connections. It's only taken me a year. Oregano is next. Oregano is super strong. It's a hot oil. I mentioned diluting earlier. With some of the oils, you don't have to dilute, but it's good to dilute so that they don't, especially if you're putting them on topically, so that they don't evaporate. There's some oils like oregano that you want to always dilute, with one exception, which I'll talk about more specifically. It's very antibacterial, antiviral, has great antioxidant properties. Really good to help the immune system and both digestion and respiratory function. A lot of these oils do help in both of those critical areas. But the thing oregano works, and what it works for, unfortunately, is warts. The first one I had was on my leg, like on my calf, and I was like, I'm gonna put it on twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, and I'm gonna do it for 2 straight weeks. I put it on like twice and then forgot about it, and like 2 weeks later, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that, and I went and it was gone. But that was like a little bitty, no big deal type little bump. I got one on my forehead this summer, and I was like, wait, I actually thought it was a mole. I was getting a little scared because it popped up so fast. And I was just about to make an appointment with a dermatologist, and I was like, it's really rough, like a wart would be. And so I pulled out the oregano, and I didn't dilute it. You can use it straight if you're putting it on dead skin, which is what a wart is. So I put it on a Q-tip and just put it right on the tip of the wart. Every 2-3 days, a layer would just peel off. And I'm not the only one that's had this success. It's really great. I mean, because it's a fungus, and oregano's antifungal. Also, big time, use it for cooking. I didn't mention lemon earlier for cooking, but you can obviously use lemon for cooking if you're wanting to add some citrus. But oregano in a homemade pasta sauce, it is, and like 2 drops for a whole pot. It's such a good. A lot of the herb oils are really good for cooking. Oregano is one of them. Make sure there's nothing else I'm not seeing. All right, now we're gonna for some reason, peppermint isn't on that website, so I'm gonna flip back to my PowerPoint to talk about peppermint. So peppermint, if we were in a live classroom setting, which is what I usually do, I would be passing these oils around so y'all can smell it. Unfortunately, we don't have smell-o-vision, but peppermint is one that I use a lot at the beginning of a class to wake everybody up. It's a very sorry, I flipped it, but I didn't switch the screen for you. Here's peppermint. It's a wake-up oil, and it is also very good for both digestive and respiratory issues. Peppermint is the last in the LLP that I mentioned, the lemon lavender peppermint. Very good for allergies, for seasonal allergies. And I mentioned LLP. We actually have a supplement. We call it Tri-Ease that has those 3 oils in it, so that you can take it internally instead of pulling out, the over-the-counter drugs that a lot of times you pull out. And I have had seasonal allergies start to pop up maybe twice in the last 3 months, probably 2 months. And as soon as I feel that little itch, I take one of those tries and I forget about it. And for me, that's the best testimony about an oil, is when I can use it and then forget that I even had the symptom, which that's great, right? Because you're doing something and it's fixing it, and then you're not even thinking about it again. I just love that. So peppermint. What else? Unfortunately, this is really small for me. Hopefully, it's not that small for you. Really good for breath. Obviously, we actually have peppermint beadlets that you can burst in your mouth and help that fresh breath. I'm trying to think what else I use peppermint for. I actually, I use spearmint and peppermint have very similar chemical makeups, and I like spearmint for days like this whenever I'm talking, because it helps me, gives me that courage. But peppermint and spearmint are both very good for respiratory. I said that already. That's what I was going to say. So I mentioned digestion and respiratory. The next two oils, those are the single oils that we're talking about. The next two oils are the first blends we're going to talk about, and peppermint is in both of those. And the first one is Breathe. Switch screens again. So Breathe is my favorite blend. Passion is this is the Passion lotion, but there's an oil too. That's the one I put on to smell good, but Breathe is the one I use the most, because Breathe, you can put what I did earlier with the jasmine on my hands, and put it in your hands and rub them together and take a deep breath, and you can feel Breathe in your sinuses. You can feel it just opening everything up. It is amazing. And it has cardamom, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon, ravensara, peppermint, laurel leaf. I think I mentioned cardamom. It's called the respiratory blend. It is what you pull out anytime you've got anything going on with your respiratory system. It's also really good at night. For the snoring husbands, yes, Breathe in a diffuser at night will help with the snoring, or any time that you're congested at night. If you want to open up those airways, Breathe is a really good oil blend for that. And then the other blend that peppermint's in that we're talking about is Digestin. And I forgot to mention about Breathe, because Breathe and Digestin, we both have lines of stuff. So Breathe, we have little respiratory drops. These are lozenges. I actually pulled one out earlier. I think my son took it. We have Breathe lozenges. We have a Breathe stick, a vapor stick. It's like a Vicks vapor rub. So we have some products like that. And Digestin is similar. We have, where'd it go? Digestin, we have a line of products as well. Whether it's, because Digestin is good for anything in your gastro tract. So whether it's acid reflux, upset stomach, and I'm going to talk about balance with Digestin as well, because it's really good to talk about. But bloating, gas, any of those digestive problems. We have Digest tabs, which I bought recently. So this is like the chalky, the more Tums like, and then we have gel tabs that you can take that I will take if I have a really big meal or something to help me digest that. And then a lot of the supplements that are in the Cleanse and Restore kit, they're in the Digestin group, because that's a digestive cleanse. So I mentioned balance. I'm not going to talk about poop, but I am going to say that Digestin works both if you're constipated or if you have the opposite. I'm not going to use the D word. So what Digestin does is it brings you into balance, which is exactly what the oils do in general. There's a lot of oils that are good for both anxiety and depression. The idea is that the oils bring you more into balance. And I love that about the oils, because it takes a little bit of the guesswork out of it, because if you know what oil is good for respiratory, then you know that whatever your respiratory problem is, that oil is going to help you bring it back into balance. So on Digestin, anything related to the gastrointestinal tract. On Guard is our immunity blend, and again, we have a lot of On Guard products. We have On Guard beadlets that you can, take internally. On Guard soft gels, and On Guard is our immunity blend. So it's to keep that immunity system strong. If you know that there's a bug going around school, you can diffuse On Guard to try to keep the air in the house nice and healthy and boost your body's antioxidants. Promotes healthy circulation, and it's got a really good smell. They actually have On Guard foaming hand wash, which we use. They have laundry detergent. So it's just it's the cleaner. It has the cleaning oils, the wild orange peel, clove bud, cinnamon bark and leaf, eucalyptus, and rosemary. Just a really good blend of oils. And our soothing blend, Deep Blue. This is for the tired muscles. This is for the pain. There's a lot of oils for pain, but this is the blend that covers pretty much any of your aches and pains. It does have wintergreen in it, which is the same chemical makeup, almost the identical chemical makeup as aspirin. So if you have to avoid aspirin, you should avoid Deep Blue because it has wintergreen in it. But the good thing about it is wintergreen has the same chemical makeup, or this very similar chemical makeup as aspirin, and it also works similarly. So, but it's used topically. It's putting that right where the pain is. I love Deep Blue. There's a Deep Blue rub as well that's more like a Bengay type texture, but the Deep Blue oil is a beautiful blue color. It's got blue tansy and blue chamomile in it, and it smells great. Oh, it also has peppermint in it. Peppermint's in all the good blends because it's a really good oil. Okay, that's the 10 oils. Now back to our PowerPoint. So I've told you about the oils. I'm sure I forgot something. How do you get them? You can get them retail. But that's not the best way. You want to get wholesale. You want to get 25% off retail prices. And I meant to take this loyalty rewards thing off, but it's there. That's for once you actually are in wholesale, then you can get loyalty rewards points. But let's talk about how to actually get wholesale prices. Because yes, I can sell you a one-off oil for retail, but it's much better to get a Costco membership, aka a wholesale membership with doTERRA, and get wholesale prices all year long because that wholesale price lasts all year. So next slide. So there's two options. There's enrollment kits, and we're going to go over a couple. I mentioned the Family Essentials Kit. I mentioned the Home Essentials Kit. So with the enrollment kits, there's no fee. It's just the price of the enrollment kit, which is already significantly discounted from retail, but it's also reduced from wholesale price. I'll show you a couple examples of that. Or pay a $35 enrollment fee and pick and choose what you want. This PowerPoint is going to be given to all of y'all so that you have access to these links. Oops, sorry, went too far. So you can have access to these links, and this has the individual price list. It also has the kits, but we're going to talk about some of the kits. This link right here is my link. If you decide I'm ready to do this, I want to go do it. You can do either the enrollment kits or the $35 enrollment fee using the link here to the Join and Save. If someone else invited you to come watch this training, make sure you talk to them and get their link because I'm not trying to take anybody's customers away. So the enrollment kits. I am giving you 3 here, and the reason I'm giving you these 3 is because of the frankincense promotion. It's 200 PV. These 3 all meet that, well, except for Cleanse and Restore, but I'm going to talk about that one a little different. These are 200 PV orders that are going to get you a free 15 milliliter bottle of frankincense. Home Essentials is the 10 oils we talked about earlier. This is the Family Essentials. This is the one that's a little less. You're not going to get the free frankincense, but it's got the 10 oils we talked about. And the Home Essentials has the bigger bottles. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Where's my Frank? Haven't even taken it out of the packaging yet. So this is the, I gotta get it close. This is the 5 milliliter bottle, and this is the 15 milliliter bottle. So Family Essentials is the small bottles. Home Essentials is the larger bottles. The Home Essentials also has the diffuser that I showed y'all earlier in my live video. It's a 4-hour diffuser. So it'll go 1, 2, or 4 hours. It's a great diffuser. So this Home Essentials, it's $275, but that's $86.25 less than wholesale prices. It's like $160 less than retail price. So by grouping them together, you're getting a really good bargain on these kits. The Family Wellness I included, this is a new kit, and the reason I included it is because it has some of the kids stuff. It has, 8 of the oils we talked about, but they are in these 10 milliliter bottles, roller bottles. They're already diluted. You don't need to worry about the carrier oil that I talked about earlier. They're already diluted. You can put them right on your kid, not worry about diluting. And so it has 8 of those, and then it has 2 of the emotional oils, Cheer and Peace, which are great emotional oils. There's an emotional aromatherapy kit that's separate that has 6 oils and a diffuser. That's another option actually, because it's right under that 200 PV level, and it has a diffuser, but it's all blends. It's none of the single oils that we talked about today. But it also has this PB Assist, this new PB Assist Junior, and it's a pixie stick. I'm not kidding you. It tastes like a pixie stick. It tastes like a great pixie stick. Turn it over. And Hunter loves it. Jenna's picky with everything, but I mean, Hunter just will eat these. It's like candy. And it also comes with the kids' vitamins, which I have over there, but I'm not going to go get them. It comes with the kids' vitamins, and it comes with the LLV. So I talked about LLP earlier. That's for seasonal allergies. LLV is the daily supplements. It has a multivitamin. It has an omega that also has frankincense and some other oils in it that I can't think of off the top. Oh, here it is. I just got it. It has frankincense, clove, thyme, cumin, wild orange peel, peppermint, ginger root, caraway, and German chamomile, all in this supplement with your fish oils. It's a great, so Hunter started taking it probably like 8 months ago. He's now taking all except the energy boost. So the energy boost that I'm taking, the energy boost that comes with it is, Alpha Sierra. And I'm empty. So this is what will give you the energy. It is a great supplement. But the 3 are in the LLV, and that is in this Family Wellness pack. So that is a really good value because you're getting the bottles easy to use. Put them in your purse, and you have them with you at all times in a roller bottle, so you can put them on immediately. Okay, the third one I have on here is Cleanse and Restore, and the reason I included this one is, first of all, you can get it up to 200 PV pretty easily. Add a bottle of peppermint, or I'm not sure for sure that I'm telling you that right, but add a 25, a couple of small oils, and you can get to the 200. But I actually enrolled with this kit, this Cleanse and Restore kit. And the reason I did is because I wanted to kind of start with a clean base before I started using oils. And there's a 30-day cleanse protocol that kind of goes with this. And this kit has everything you need. It has the LLV. It has GX Assist, which is what you use the second 10 days to kind of kill out the candida. And it has the PB Assist to give you back the good bacteria. And then you take these Zendocrine and Terrazyme, those you take the whole time, because those are helping, what is it, Nicole calls it, flush out your what does she call it? I can't remember. But it's basically cleaning out the systems that are connected to your digestive system and all the liver and the kidneys. It's helping clean all of that out. It's a really good program. And the reason I put it up here is because I'm going to do a similar Facebook group in January. It's going to be like a 30-day boot camp that we can basically keep everybody accountable that has these supplements, because it's a very specific protocol that you follow the 30 days, and there's going to be giveaways every 10 days. So at the beginning, at the end of the first 10 days there'll be a giveaway, end of the second 10 days there'll be a giveaway, and end of the third 10 days there'll be a giveaway. So that's why I included these. It also has DDR Prime. They didn't have that in the kit whenever I got it. The DDR Prime is great for general cellular health. I mean, it is a cell regenerator oil, and it's in a gel tab. I actually have the oil and the gel tab. It does come with a bottle of lemon, because lemon's good for detoxing as well. Okay. So those are the 3 kits I mentioned. There are other enrollment kits, which if you go to, I can't scroll that way. If you go to the enrollment kits link, you'll be able to see that. I apologize, my voice is getting a little weak after all the drama tonight. So I mentioned the free frankincense for over 200 PV. That's a 15 milliliter bottle. So if you get the Home Essentials kit, you're already getting one 15 milliliter bottle of frankincense. You'll get a second one for free. We do have a raffle every month, and ironically, it's passion lotion. Apparently, passion lotion is what I'm giving away this month, because that was one of the choices for the door prizes tonight. So my monthly raffle is for passion lotion. My upline, Myra, that got me into doTERRA, she's doing a separate raffle for a diffuser, and that's for any new enrollees will be entered to win a pedal diffuser. I mentioned wellness consults here. I usually have a sign-up genius for people to sign up for specific times, but with the next 2 weeks being so hectic with everybody getting ready for Christmas, I just decided if somebody wants a wellness consult, contact me. We'll figure out the best time. It takes like 30, 45 minutes, and we can just either talk about oils that you got if you go ahead and enroll, or if you haven't enrolled, we can talk about what areas you might want to focus on with essential oils. Some more links. Subscribe to my newsletter. I do send a monthly newsletter, as well as some other random things, but I'm not going to spam your inbox unless it's a BOGO week, and then you're going to get an email from me every day. But that's only twice a year, and we're done with that for the year. So, but it's a good newsletter. It tells you what the promos are for the month, any freebies that are happening. I also put my website, which there's a link earlier about how to actually enroll through the website, and then my Books Life Oils blog. And my very last thing on here is Facebook groups and my Facebook page. But the Facebook groups, I can't stress this enough, and I didn't mention this when I was talking about why doTERRA, but I got really, really blessed that Myra shared this with me, because Myra and then the girl that enrolled her, Nicole, they're both diamonds with doTERRA, which means they've worked really hard with the company. And Myra's only been doing it for 2 years, and she's already a diamond. But they have extensive Facebook groups that all of their users use to look up issues, find solutions, or post and say, hey, I have this issue, or I have a customer who has this issue. What's worked for you? So people can say, oh, well, I used oregano for warts, or whatever it is that they can say. And then, I mean, it's just the most supportive. Those women are the most amazing women to work with, and I'm so glad to have them in my life. And their Facebook groups, in my first 6 months, I spent a ton of time on those Facebook groups, because Nicole does webinars. She does these kind of things all the time. She's like a pro. I need to somehow get her to come over and show me how to use Just Broadcaster so that I can actually do live streaming and not have the debacle that we had tonight. But they're just awesome. Myra and I have known each other for over 15 years, and I never thought we'd reconnect the way we did, and now she's become one of my best friends, and I'm really grateful to have her around. I'm sorry we couldn't do this live, because I really would have loved to have answered your questions as they came. I am here to answer any questions. Would love to sit down with you face to face. If you haven't gotten an oil sample from me, we need to get you an oil sample so that you can use it and see how it works for you, because that is the best way to fall in love with these oils. it's very hard to deny the power of these oils once you've seen them work. And so contact me. Let me know if there's something specific that you'd like to try. If you have a specific issue that you'd like to try essential oils with, and I'll get you a sample just as soon as I can. There's also a lot of Christmas gifts that you can potentially, if you're behind on your Christmas shopping like I am, there's a lot of Christmas gifts that you can potentially get as well. Thanks for listening. This could have been a lot better, but it worked out for the best, and I hope that you learned something. Contact me for more information, and have a great, let's see, it'll probably be Thursday by the time you look at this. So have a great Thursday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.